Hello, everyone. My name is Katarina Serrano. My pronouns are she, her, ella. I'm a math teacher in Knoll Community Arts over in the Montbello community, and I'm a part of the Denver Classroom Teachers Association. This year as an Ambassador Fellow, my focus and passion was on the retention and recruitment of our educators of color. Being a DPS alumni, I have grown within the district I currently serve, but I myself cannot count on one hand the number of educators of color that have taught me and my 3 siblings. I had one, Mrs. All Jones of Whittier Elementary, and she took the time to care about me and my culture in a way that was authentic and welcoming. Being in a district where 70% of our students are of color, but 87% of Colorado educators are white, you can see the need and requirement of keeping and recruiting future educators that represent our students. I had 4 goals this year when it comes to supporting BIPOC educators. The first is advocacy, to continue voicing my opinions and refuse to ignore the wrongs that are so blatantly in front of me. The second is support, providing a safe space for those who have continuously been marginalized by our system to be welcomed and celebrated. Thirdly is to educate those around us in equity and the importance of diversity and genuine inclusion as to steer away from any further discrimination and tokenism. And lastly, to grow, to create a community of advocates so we may support each other and continue to build toward our vision. My work within the fellowship began at my own school. Being new to both the profession and to NCAS, I was quite alone in support. When looking for our union rep, I was informed NCAS didn't have one, and there existed a clear division between the middle school and high school educators and even admin. I had reached out to our Uniserve rep, and she guided me through what our school needed to serve our educators. Without a rep, NCAS also didn't have a school leadership team or collaborative school committee, 2 groups that allow the voices of our educators to be heard. But in just a couple short months, NCAS had not only a new DCTA rep team, but also an SLT and CSE committee. Serving alongside the new NCAS rep team, us along with our surrounding schools learned that we were to be closed at the end of the 21-22 school year and conjoined together into the previous Montbello High School. Our staff was worried, having no path to future employment. Our community was about to lose so many great educators, and many of those being of color. But our rep team was on it. 2 of us served on the principal search committee, and one that continues to serve on the community design group so we could be transparent about the process with our members. We even collaborated with the other 2 schools. We spoke to DCTA and asked for their support in getting our educators a path to employment. We took it all the way to the board and our regional superintendents, and eventually, those on the original project came back to us with a plan to hire teachers for the start of the 22-23 school year this May, along with a retention bonus. In addition to supporting my community close to home, I branched out, and with the help of Tiffany Choi, Michael Diaz Rivera, Geraldo and Claudia Munoz, Diana Bustamante, Esmeralda Castillo, Cristina Medina, Dan Pele, Jermaine Ludwig, and Tim Hernandez, we started the Latinx Educator Caucus within DCTA. I am the current chair of this committee, but I'm nothing without these amazing individuals that push our cause that much higher. We have restructured our Ethnic Minorities Affairs Council to be a space in which our Black Educators Caucus and Latinx Educators Caucus come together to support one another's efforts. Most recently, we have created and signed an association grievance towards the district for their continued use of institutional racism towards our educators of color, a fight we believe must be handled with the utmost sense of urgency. Within my efforts, I found allies that were already supporting this cause and saw the importance of contributing what they could. For Lobby Day, I met with Representative Jennifer Bacon, who also serves on the Board of Education, and Senator James Coleman of the far Northeast. Both met with me and other fellows that day to talk about the injustices that have been happening to educators of colors and to lend their support in what we needed. Rep. Bacon followed up with me for a meeting around the Montbello project and was a true advocate in supporting our educators' positions. This year, I have grown so much. Being a new educator, I was among the many that solely tried to survive their first year and only cared about my current place and dismissing any wrongdoings I observed. This year, I was given the platform and support to speak out on the inequities that our BIPOC educators face and work with and lose those that I had felt. There's so much more work to be done. I will continue to serve on the LAC and will support the efforts in making education that much more inclusive and welcoming to those educators of color. I will continue to foster growth by networking with the community groups and other caucuses outside of our district so we may get education as a whole that much closer to true diversity and inclusion. After this year, I will be leaving the far Northeast and will be joining the team at Denver Online while I return to teaching middle school math. In addition to that, I have been accepted to Denver University's leadership program, so we can continue to see those of color even in the higher levels of our district. As my amazing mentor, Michelle Carpenter, had said, our students can't be what they can't see. Thank you so much for the opportunity, CEA, and I look forward to your next group of fellows and the amazing work that they are going to do, and of course to this current group who's accomplished so much despite the odds.